Rules are very complex and they've tightened the rules because there are a lot of unscrupulous operators out there who've been
Hello Louise. So today we're at the South Beds Golf Club just outside Luton. Louise is a keen golfer, and at the end of the in the credits area we'll hopefully see a couple of shots later on, just for a bit of fun. Will be fun for my golf, but not so much for yours probably. You're probably very good.
Look forward to it.
Yeah. And actually, while we're talking about this, you're a member of a networking group, aren't you? Called Foreplay, is it right?
For business.
For business.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,500 odd members across the UK, Europe, and Dubai and the US. So yeah, big network.
Yeah, and it's quite good fun, isn't it? I've come
It
across
is. Yeah, you meet lots of fun characters and play some nice courses. So yeah.
Okay, good one. All right, so this blog's aimed at family businesses, and the idea is to actually sort of cover certain topics and actually introduce them and some things to think about, and also where to go and find a professional that if you need them. So today we're talking about R&D tax credits. Now, I would challenge anyone who hasn't actually had a couple of emails or a couple of hundred emails coming from various places asking to do your R&D tax credits along with phone calls. So it's a big one, isn't it, this one, in terms of people trying to actually do it.
Yep.
But anyway, before we do that, introduce yourself, Louise, because you do other things apart from R&D tax credits.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. Well, welcome, Derek, to my golf club here at South Beds in Luton. Lovely sunny day. To talk about what I do. Well, essentially, I do capital allowances, which includes capital allowances, R&D allowances. And as a consequence of working in that field, I come across R&D tax credits as well. And it's worth saying at this point that the two tax reliefs are distinctly different. R&D capital allowances is on capital expenditure, and R&D tax credits relates to your revenue type costs.
Okay. And that's a good point, because I'd never understood that before. Because R&D tax credits, I think a lot of us have applied for in businesses who are inventing things. But there is an element on the capital side as well, isn't it? If you need to buy equipment to do with R&D, that's actually a capital allowance claim.
Yes, as I said, it's distinctly different, and a lot of advisors only specialise in the R&D tax credit side of things, and the R&D capital allowances are probably often completely ignored.
All right, so in terms of R&D tax credits, there's specific rules associated with that, isn't there, and circumstances that you can apply for them?
Yes, well, it's worth saying essentially R&D tax credits, it's a generous tax relief scheme to encourage businesses in the UK to invent things, innovate,
nice.
And improve things. So if you're improving or inventing, a product or a process, then it's worth considering if you're doing R&D, research and development activities. The rules are very complex, and they've tightened the rules because there are a lot of unscrupulous operators out there who've been mass claiming, over-claiming and fraudulently claiming. So the rules are changing, and they have already changed a couple of times. We've come through COVID and out the other side, and the Treasury has decided to tighten all the rules, and they're now going to merge what was two distinctly different schemes into one, and we're going to see this emerge, the legislation over the next few months and into a year. And you need to make a successful claim, you need to get over a lot more hurdles now. The tighter deadlines, advanced notification that you're going to make a claim, so it's not so much retrospective, looking back at what you've done, it's what are we going to do.
You tell HMRC up front that you're going to make a claim, do you?
Yes, you're now going to have to notify that you're going to do some R&D and what it is, rather than get
pre-qualify almost.
Yep, rather than get cold called and be told that you probably were doing R&D last year and the year before. Now you're going to have to be a bit more proactive and a bit more organised and think about this earlier. And you're going to have to pre-notify, and then you're going to have to provide a lot more supporting documentation, evidence of what your R&D actually is. And it will take a very experienced, knowledgeable advisor to support you in that, to get your claim over the line and agreed by HMRC.
Look, while we're talking about this as well, you've told me that investigations can take place quite a long time after the claim as well. So you really need a practitioner that's going to be around to support you if HMRC come and actually ask you to justify your claim later.
Yes, the volume of inquiries from HMRC is staggering at the moment. There's volumes, and obviously that slows the rate at which the taxpayers get their money back from the Treasury. So yes, you need an advisor who's got a proven track record. He's been around, or she's been around for a while, and will stick around well after your claim has been submitted, because you might have to pull that advisor back in to help you agree your claim with HMRC, so that you can get your cash back from the Treasury.
And you've said that you're actually getting, on the capital allowances side, you are getting some inquiries from HMRC asking how this was calculated or whatever. So
yes, Derek. Happen. Yes, I've been doing capital allowances and various other tax reliefs for a very long time, and I've currently got 3 inquiries on capital allowances and the R&D aspect in the last few months, which is more than I've had in the last 10 years. But that's fine, because I preempt every question that they throw at me, and I've already got the answers, and I've been able to go back to them and satisfy their questions.
Right. We've made it a bit scary perhaps, but it's actually worth having, isn't it, this? If you actually do qualify for it, you don't want to actually miss out, because there's actually, you can be loss making and still get money back from the government, can't you? It's not just a claim against profits. Absolutely,
Derek. The whole issue with R&D tax credits is it's aimed at businesses who are making a loss, particularly in their start-up years, or if they're embarking on some new innovative, inventing. It costs a lot of money. So these generous tax reliefs give them cash to sort of put back into their business to keep that R&D cycle going. And it's very valuable to businesses, but you've got to get it right in order to get that cash back into your business. And equally, if you're making a profit and you're doing R&D, yes, R&D tax credits can actually reduce your corporation tax. So it's valuable whether you're in a profit-making situation or a loss-making. But you've got to get your claim right. and it's got to be well supported with the detail and the correct numbers.
Okay. All right. So how do you actually find a practitioner that I guess you can go to your accountant in the first instance, or word of mouth, etc.?
I think the nature of R&D claims, you should be speaking to your accountant first, find out what their capability in-house is, whether they subcontract it out, and also talk to your associates and your peers and find out who they're using and what successes they've had. Word of mouth and referral is probably my first choice every time, and check people out on places like LinkedIn, because they will have their credentials and their bio on there, and you'll find out whether they've got a proven track record and they're going to be around into the future.
Okay, good stuff. And you're happy for people to contact you as well?
Yes, I welcome anyone to pick up the phone and have a conversation, in a call, find out if there's anything we can help with, or direct them to the right person that can.
Okay, good stuff. Well, I think that's it then. That's a good overview. So thanks, Louise. Thank you.
Okay, well thanks Derek, and now let's go and hit some balls.
That's it.